What's up guys, Kyokai1994, here to count down anything, you guessed it, Dragon Ball, from Ball to Z and everything in between, and this is the next installment of my Top 7 series. This series I will be counting down from 7 to 1 topics that revolve around the Dragon Ball franchise. I want to let you in on my opinions and insight of these subjects that I will be counting down. Each topic that I review, I use a few different criteria to justify why I rank them the way that I do on the lists. For this video, I used animation quality, the original accurate depiction of the characters to the source material, and reviewability. In celebration of the 1-year anniversary of my YouTube channel, my birthday, and a lot of hours of rewatching and charting everything, this installment of the series will be my top 7 Dragon Ball movies and TV specials. So, one quick thing before we get this started, I will say, even though they've been out over 20 years, I would like to put a spoiler warning before this video. Let's get this adventure started. The self-proclaimed devil, Broly, in his first movie, Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan, is the movie that starts this countdown at the 7th spot. Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan is one of the most iconic movies to the series, introducing one of, if not the most beloved and argument-starting villains of the franchise. This movie is about a father named Paragus trying to avenge the wrongs that were done to him and his son Broly by King Vegeta years ago back on their home planet. While Chi-Chi and Goku are in line to win a fibbing contest to get Gohan into a very prestigious school, Paragus and his army travel to Earth in search of Vegeta to crown him King of New Vegeta, bringing him back to his rightful new planet. The movie then follows Vegeta and Goku in their search for the legendary Super Saiyan, who's been destroying planets and galaxies, only to find out that they have been conned. Broly is the legendary Super Saiyan, and the ruse that is New Vegeta would be destroyed soon by Comet Kamari. The movie is a great watch, even though it has one of the longer runtimes of the movies, at 72 minutes. It can feel long, but the wait is really worth it. When Broly unleashes his power at maximum, he obliterates our friends and shows them who the real legend is. I had to put this movie on my list because it is so iconic. Even though Broly embodies all of the basic stereotypes of the series, I try to show people the franchise isn't actually all about. Stereotypes such as huge power levels, screaming, and pure destruction for destructive's sake. The movie had an original story and is definitely the best of the three to me. Must view for fans of the series at least one time. From one massive beast to another, Wrath of the Dragon comes in at the 6th spot. This movie revolves around a strange old man in need of a music box opened. He finds Gohan and the gang to try to open the box, using the Dragon Balls to summon Shenron to release the beloved fan favorite Tapion. After he is released, we learn of the true story, and why his hero was sealed into the box. Hirudegarn is then revealed as the threat and is in need of being trapped. The animation and color are stunning and beautiful. The effects for its time of release still look amazing years down the line. It has an ending that really rocks the Dragon Fist, and starts a fight over where Trunks' sword really came from, even though we know it's not from here. I love the movie, and it is always a must-see whenever I need a quick Dragon Ball fix. Next on the countdown, we travel back a long time ago, back before Super Saiyan gods, gods of destruction, multiple universes, and several different timelines, back to a simpler time in Dragon Ball. At the 5th spot, we have Dragon Ball Movie 3, Mystic Adventure. This movie is fantastic and at its time, a fresh new retelling of the original series. In this movie, we got to see an alternate land where Chaozu is the Emperor of Miloth. His wife has gone missing and he is in search of her. Shin, in control of Chaozu's forces, has a plan after finding all the Dragon Balls, using the wish to take over power from the Emperor. Goku and Kudadin are in Miloth for a tournament that is being held for the Emperor. After realizing his forces are on missions unknown to the Emperor, Goku and Kudadin see the tournament as a great way to meet the Emperor and save his empire. The movie does an amazing job in introducing and portraying a major portion of the beloved Dragon Ball characters that we have met through the Dragon Ball series. Over this 45-minute journey, we see a good representation of a few seasons worth of material in the show, but none of it seems rushed or old. The movie flows well and the animation looks great in my opinion. It keeps up with the tropes of the show, such as Yamcha losing in the second match, and Tien Ria Roshi's words, using martial arts to protect instead of harm. Definitely a must-see for anybody who loves the original Dragon Ball series. From a simpler time back in Dragon Ball to a cooler location that I swear we've seen before, the 4th spot goes to the return of Cooler. In vengeance of not only his brother this time, but himself, Cooler pulls the ultimate Frieza did it first by taking over the new Namek via the Big Getty Star. Dende asks Goku and the gang to go and save the planet from the unknown intruder. On their arrival of New Namek, they learn Cooler is back and shinier than ever. After his squadron of robots defeats the whole gang, it is left to Goku and Vegeta to finish off Cooler and save New Namek. Again, this movie has stunning animation and great choreography, and a very familiar but new Namek style score. Even though it is a copy and paste villain, this movie made me fall in love with it on first viewing, and more every time I revisit the movie. I highly recommend it to any Dragon Ball fan, especially the ones who enjoy the Namek saga in particular. At the third spot comes the movie that has set in motion what we have today in the current Dragon Ball franchise with Dragon Ball Super. This movie brings an updated style, new transformations, and some new ties adding in the Dragon Ball hierarchy for the gods. Battle of the Gods is a reboot of the franchise thought up by Toriyama after his dislike for the Fox live-action adaptation of the franchise, Dragon Ball Evolution. During a period of 105 minutes, this movie introduces us to the gods of destruction Beerus and his attendant Whis. Beerus has awoken from his dream and has foreseen a Super Saiyan god. The movie is spent in his attempt to find him only to learn that he does not exist. After a 6 Saiyan ritual, Goku gets to obtain a new form and uses a new type of ki, God Ki. After his battle with Beerus and the variety of good foods that Earth has to show, Beerus decided only a portion of Earth actually needed to be destroyed. The updated effects make the animation and the ki attacks look unbelievable. The updated look and the additional potential to branch out the Dragon Ball series along with purely good story is why this one ranks so high on my list. This is a must-see for anyone who likes anything Dragon Ball related. If you haven't gotten into Super, watching Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F can get you started. You can start Dragon Ball from episode 28 since the first 2 arcs are basically a retelling of the first 2 movies, and it's a good way that you could actually jumpstart into the series and not feel like you're seeing something that you've already seen. So, it's a definite must-see. I really want to say that this was a very tough decision, but I had to make it. Barely missing the top spot at number 2 is the dimension-bending mess that is Fusion Reborn. This movie follows a soul-cleaning attendant whose careless rocking out leads to the machine blowing up, creating one of the most badass villains in my opinion. A fat, powerful blob transforming into a sleek, powerful foe. Kind of reminds me of something from a series maybe, but I won't make a second thought on it. In both states, Janemba is a serious threat. With amazing attacks and a Lego brick transportation, Janemba is one hiffle of a battle for Goku. A battle so tough that Super Saiyan 3 couldn't beat it. After a devastating fight, Goku with Vegeta's help fuse and form my favorite fusion, that is, Gogeta. For the last segment of the fight, we get to see Gogeta power through Janemba and Xeno him from existence. Being the second to the last of the original movies, the animation is fantastic, and its style is great to see all of the enemies who have escaped from the other dimensions get beat one last time, One Punch Man style. If you want to watch something that has all of the best elements of Dragon Ball Z packed into such a small package, this is a definite must-watch for anybody who wants that. We now move to the very last spot on the countdown of my top 7 favorite movies. But what can it be? Coming in at the top spot as my favorite Dragon Ball movie and TV special is the bleak future that is The History of Trunks. This TV special shows the timeline where Goku passed away along with most of Earth's special forces, leaving Gohan and Trunks as the last of the Super Warriors. This is one of the darkest entries into the Dragon Ball franchise, showing the artificial humans 17 and 18 freely destroying the world. Gohan and Trunks are the only ones who can fight against them. In their battles with the androids, Gohan loses both his arm and, ultimately, his life. After the loss of his master's life, Trunks then has one of the most touching and memorable Super Saiyan transformations in the series. This animation and score make this moment perfect. The transformation is redone in Super, but even with its sophisticated equipment that's now used for animation, they could not even come close to what the original was. Trunks is then left alone to battle the androids until he finally makes the decision to try to go to the past and gain help from Goku. This special has always been in my top favorites and was my favorite VHS tape I owned when I was growing up. It took a while for me to decide this, but I can't find a reason for it not to be number 1. I've loved Trunks since the first time I saw him slice Frieza in half in the series, and something about him reminds me of myself, and I always felt drawn to that character ever since the first time I saw him. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and want you guys to leave a like if you liked it. And I want to hear your thoughts on my list and what your favorite Dragon Ball movies are down in the comments below. I will be coming out with even more of these countdown videos in the future, so stay tuned and make sure that you subscribe for more future content from this channel. I want to wish you guys a great day, and I'll catch you guys next time.